All right, our final story of the evening. Let's hear it for Kat, everybody. Let's hear it for her.
Spoiler alert, I am Mrs. Garbage Meat. Thank you. I always knew I had a story to tell. What I didn't know is how it would go or what it would mean. I always felt a little behind the curve in terms of age when it came to significant life events. For example, I didn't graduate college with my class. I actually graduated when I was 29, but I still did it. Thank you. And then, 4 days before I turned 30, I enlisted in the military, which means I went to basic training at 30. So if you know, you know. At 32, I got married, which I don't think is really out of the ordinary. And then at 34, I went to officer school for the Air Force. I celebrated 35 at a Hooters in downtown San Antonio with a handful of 20-somethings who were just fascinated that anybody could be 35 and tell me about it like I was living the life, right? So at 36, I deployed to Afghanistan as a first lieutenant, my peers being 20-something-year-old, all-male Army infantry officers, and so I quietly turned 37 there. A couple of months after I came home and Garbage Meat had learned how to cook, I accomplished something, I guess you could say precociously. Unfortunately, what that thing was stage 3 infiltrative lobular and ductal carcinoma. I, at 37, had breast cancer. My first thought, of course, was, what the fuck, right? I had survived Taliban rocket attacks in Afghanistan as the only female on staff, and now I'm welcomed home to this. I hadn't even unpacked my literal baggage, literal and figurative baggage, from deployment, and here I was having to make more life and death decisions. And so once the dust settled a little bit and I had a solid treatment plan with my team, I started writing. And I knew that the Moth would be where I could share my story. The recurring theme, and I thought my story was, well, I guess my story is cancer now. And then a couple of years later, here I stand in front of you after 4 months of chemo, quite a few surgeries, and radiation, and now I've embarked on 5 to 10 years of hormone therapies to hopefully keep the remaining cells at bay. And the recurring theme in all of the things I was writing was that multiple things can be true at once. You can be young and still get cancer. You can be terrified of all of the things that cancer treatments are going to do to your body and use that to learn how to rest. You can reinvent yourself as many times as you need to and be a success. You can be broken down on the bathroom floor because your hair fell out seemingly overnight, and then you can rock the shit out of that pink faux hawk when it grows back. You can hate every pound that your body has gained through all of these treatments because, contrary to popular belief, most of us actually gain weight instead of lose it. And you can appreciate that body for carrying you through everything that it did. You will look in the mirror and you will see scars, and you will reflect beauty. You can hate all of the pain and suffering that you have to go through and that your loved ones have to go through. But you can be so grateful for all of the advances and the fact that you have access to all of these things. So at the end of the day, as it turns out, my story is not about cancer. My story is about all of the life that cancer cleared the way for me to see. Thank you. No more names, huh?
Good morning. You're good. Thank you so much. Keep it going for Kat.